Let me explain something, chirpers. Come in closer. Come on. We will be on the express lane to Breaking Point Junction if we don't acknowledge and check the boxes on our own to-do list. Spread your wings, chirpers. Welcome to the Chirp Session Weekly Diary, where we talk everything, even what some won't say. I'm your host, AC Thompson. And today, y'all, let's lighten the load a little bit, okay? Let's lighten the load. I have a quick question. It's our diary prompt. Chirpers, how many of us feel like we have to be everything to everybody, including ourselves? Why is it so hard to tell our friends and family no? We have to know and understand that if we are not whole and complete, chirpers, as individuals, if AC is not complete, if you're not complete, it becomes rather difficult to be a productive piece in others' life. If you are not whole, or at least working on yourself, or have some type of control of you, it is rather difficult to be a productive piece in other people's lives. Some may say, hey, I ignored it because whatever I'm going through don't matter. I want to help others because that helps me. We have others who will say, nah, that's not me. I got to make sure I'm good. I got to make sure I'm good. I'm straight first, right? Let me explain something, chirpers. Come in closer. Come on. We will be on the express lane to Breaking Point Junction if we don't acknowledge and check the boxes on our own to-do list. Again, we will be on the express lane to Breaking Point Junction if we don't acknowledge and check the boxes on our own to-do list, y'all. The banana pudding of it is this: as humans, we find it rewarding to feel like a superhero. When we walk around and put our cape on, that makes us feel good. It's like saving others or being there for others activates our superpower. Chirpers, and there is a word for this. Make sure you write it down. Altruistic behavior. Let's write it down. Altruistic behavior. Altruistic behavior refers to actions that are done to benefit others, often at a cost or without any direct benefit to oneself. Altruistic behavior refers to actions that are done to benefit others, often at a cost or without any direct benefit to oneself. Now, it involves selflessness, empathy, and a genuine concern for the well-being of others. Atkins and Willen in 2020 goes on to say that research shows that altruistic behavior increases the helper's happiness and it promotes positive emotion. Y'all, we be getting all them warm fuzzies from helping other people, right? So you're probably asking, AC, what's the problem? If I'm helping people, what's the problem? There's no problem in helping others. With that, there must be a balance of others and self. Others can't outweigh self like that. So those good feels we get from helping others last in the very moment of satisfaction. They only last in that moment. And then we mosey back home and we notice that our house, which is ourself, isn't in order. And we can reach a breaking point and actually build up a feeling of resentment towards the individuals we happen in the first place. So them same superpowers you get from helping them can cause you to build up some resentment, especially if you start to think, oh, it's not being reciprocated. I'm doing all this for such and such ain't doing nothing for me. That's the selfish ways of humans, right? And in that right, so that's why you find balance for yourself. You don't do too much. Our house not being in order could be anything. Some examples: you got laundry, hey, it's piling up, it ain't done. You got 10 loads. Your refrigerator bare because you ain't took time to run errands for yourself. You're running errands for everybody else. Homework or your work assignments getting pushed to the last minute. Now you're looking crazy in that meeting. You haven't made time to go to the beautician or the barbershop. I can go on and on and on and on. And all of this happens in a blink of an eye, and eventually you run out of gas. Figuratively and literally, you are on E. So on one hand, we got a group of people that give. You got your givers right here, right? And on the other hand, you got your takers. They take. Chirpers, like I mentioned in entry 6, being selfish is one of those behaviors that comes natural to humans, even when our intentions are not to be, right? So perception versus reality. But being selfish isn't always a negative thing either. When people think selfish, they automatically put a negative meaning over that. And it doesn't always mean that. Few examples. You're in a partnership, you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, however you want to term it. So let's just set the scenery, right? Every Thursday is date night. And that's because, it works for both of y'all's schedule. Okay, Thursday is the perfect day. Partner A, always plan. They're going to find the fun stuff to do. They're going to get the turn-ups. They're going to find the best and exciting places to eat. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's your dynamic in your relationship, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Again, I will continue to reiterate that we are humans, chirpers, and humans get what? Humans get tired. Humans get irritated. Humans get bored. Bored is a big one. We get bored and we start to recognize patterns and we want something new and refreshing, even if your partner doesn't say it. And sometimes people are just like, I ain't see it coming. You got to try to help balance it out. When we fall into this pattern of comfort, somebody, and it might not be said, but somebody gonna start to look and be like, oh, well, they're doing this and they're gonna start comparing because you got routines, and guess what? Routines are boring. Me personally, I like my routines and I just try to add a little flair here and there. But partner B, if partner A is scheduling date night every week, partner B, make them feel special. Do some of the planning. It feels good to be seen. Even if you've always been the planner, it feels good to be sought after. Whether you're a male or a female, it feels good sometimes to know that your woman or your partner, your man, they are looking out for you, right? I don't care who you are. And partner A, let them help. You ain't got to be in control of everything. You ain't got to have your hands on everything all the time. You trust them to marry him. You trust them to be with him. Trust them enough to plan a date night, all right? You don't have to be in control of everything. Even if it's not considered perfect, y'all. And this might not be their role, but they done figured it out. They got some stuff together. Even if it's not your ideal situation, laugh about it together. And if you know it's gonna hurt their feelings, don't laugh, but appreciate the effort, okay? Another example, we'll move outside of relationships. You're in school and you're working on a group project. There are 4 meetups to collab, to share info. Y'all gonna divvy up that research, and y'all gonna do all this before the final project is due, right? But in this group, your only contribution is your name on the cover page and an offering to type it all up. Everyone should be pouring into that cup. I absolutely hate it, y'all. I despise group projects. Not knowing in that moment our teachers and our professors are molding us for our futures. Hence those cross-functional teams we have to deal with on a daily if you're at work. So your contribution is the difference maker in your relationship. Your contribution is the difference maker in your promotion. And your contribution is the difference maker in that grade that you get. Chirpers, don't go getting mad when an individual takes time to themselves. Before we blow up, before we complain about them, before we say they're not answering the phones, ask yourself, I wonder what kind of day they're having. I wonder what they're going through today, right? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Some days, I see every call come through, and I just stare at it. I'm also an Aquarius, but I let it ring, honey. Some days I don't want to say a word. Some days I want to put together some Legos. Some days I want to do some writing. Some days I want to listen to a few podcasts. Some days I want to go in the bathroom and sing in the mirror. Some days I want to eat popcorn and just rub my feet together. But don't count anyone out or call them a horrible friend or a horrible sibling or a horrible anything because they've been to themselves. Or they just can't handle another human's baggage at that moment. And it's a thin line between silence and a breaking point. Don't keep blowing them up back to back, because being that person, you just gonna sit on silent and I'm gonna put you in the other room. Y'all, all I'm saying is when you do talk to your loved ones, chirpers, try to really develop an understanding of them. We are all uniquely sculpted. As individuals, we are balancing our own load of people, places, and things. And I hope y'all take away these 3 takeaways from today. It's okay to say no. Don't feel bad for saying no to people. Be mindful of others. I know we may be going through things in the moment, but be mindful of others. And really get to know your people. I don't care if you guys grew up in the same house. We change and we evolve over time. Vet your people. All right? If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our channel and leave us a review via your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X for behind-the-scenes content and to join the conversation. People, places, and things, y'all. Let's balance it all. I'll see y'all next week. Later, chirpers.